Welcome to IVA Spirituality Channel. I'm going to talk about mind. What is mind? It's a group of organism that stays one's body and it lives. The mind is like the group of organism which is speaking each other, communicating each other, deciding each other. Any activities inside the brain that happens, it's because the organism speaks, communicates each other, and if we eat anything, any food, the mind, the organisms begin to consume all the taste. If it is spicy or sweet, salty, it is the only thing deciding how much sweet it is, how much salt it is, everything. The organism decides, is this enough or not enough? Is the food is very good taste or not? It is the only thing is deciding. The organisms in the mind. How many organisms in the mind is there? There is numerous. We cannot calculate it. It is lots of numbers. That is not like we cannot measure it. In one's mind, there is lots of organisms which is not calculate, which is not is within the numbers. How much numbers we have created in the world, it is not included. It is lots of it, and we cannot measure it. Those organisms is like making human mind into conflict, into something, hide the truth, hide. All the organisms make you to understand all the lies, whatever, there is no truth, and it is not going to produce any truth. It is going to make you understand something which is existed in the earth, in the world. Whatever you understand, it is going to understand. It is going to do something about knowing about planets, all the things. It is here in this world, in your body, to experience everything and grow much higher. All the organisms inside the mind, it is growing every day, much stronger. But one thing you must understand, your own mind is tricking you all the time. It is because of it's not a one organism inside your brain, inside your mind. It's numerous. Because of that, you cannot understand any truth, anything, the reality. It is always says something, other organism says something different, and another organism says some other theories. You can create, the organisms can create lots of theories about life, about everything. Whatever you read books, whatever you get informations, everything is different kind of theories. Why in the world has no perfect or only one theory about the life? We can see lots of theory about the life because the organisms inside our brain is lots of it, and every single organism has own theory, and it says in numerous lots of theories of life, and we are in the confusions after reading all these things. We must understand one thing is it has emotions, the anger, sorrow, or you get tensed, or you are going to cry, or you are going to happy, or you are going to blame, guilty, sad, anything like all the feeling in your mind, lots of it. It is all these things are organisms are creating. Some of the group of the organism, it is like a virus. It is spreading. The organism still existed in your mind, but the thing is, it is like a color spreading. If you drop a pink color in your organisms of mind, it will spread much higher. But if you drop a black color in your mind, and the organisms of mind, all the organisms carry the black color drop and reaches another organism, it will spread much higher quick. It will spread every organisms. So it is like the emotions which you have, you failure, or if you are sad, if you are feeling of something that you lost. So the intents of feeling, it will spread much broader to all the organisms in your mind. And if you try to stop that feeling of failure or sad, but you can't do that because it is like a virus spreading. The emotions is spreading to all over the organisms. That's why you feel more intense. When you reach the 100% of the organism is total is completely sad, and you feel you want to end your life. That's how it happens. But one thing is in the spirituality, the mind, if you want to control it, it is impossible. Otherwise, you have to try to understand it. Even if you try to understand, you can't understand it because it needs lots of energy to understand. We don't have that much energy, time. We have lots of work to do. But understanding and watching the mind, what it's doing, because the watcher inside the mind also is an organism only. There is no something you are going to implant from outsource to inside your mind. It is always inside your mind. The one of the organism is going to be a watcher, or all of the organism is going to be a watcher. That what organisms, what your mind is thinking, moving towards where, that you are going to watch and record. This is a process in the spirituality, the main thing. So it's going to happen for continuously. For a long time, if you do understanding, watching your own mind, own behavioral pattern, and this thing is innumerous and it will go on happening, and this thing is should be having one thinking. That means all the organisms should be cooperating each other, not like people fighting in the world. Your own mind in the group of organisms also fights. That's why you feel something like headache or some some stress, pressure, all these things. If you make happy to your mind, it will be calming, it will be silent, or it will smile inside. You feel like you've energized and you feel very happy. That means all the organisms is very happy. If you are a peaceful person, if you sit in the mountain, you feel peaceful. All the organisms will be peaceful. It will be silent. It feels uh, taking rest, and it feels it want to sleep. But in the city, in the town, if you are working in a company, the mind is going to work faster. And if you are working under any manager or you are a manager, then your mind begin to think to control other person. The group of organisms work together to have that kind of job. This is happening for centuries to control other people, but the control is not inside your mind is a main fact. You are not able to control your mind because of it is not a one single organism. It is lots of it. It is uncountable. You cannot count any of the organism because it is lots of it. It has endless organism. So you have to understand one thing is how to make it to disappear all the organisms, because as long as existed one single organisms in your mind, then you cannot have peaceful mind. It will multiply, it will be dividing. One single organisms of mind will be dividing every day and splitting into two and two into four. The organisms is several organisms will be produced every day. It is my opinion, this is the only possible way it's going to happen. The only way to control the mind is to destroy all the organisms. How is that possible? Only way it's possible is to read or watch all the organisms. The all the organisms, if you try to watch your mind, all the organisms will be a watcher, and it will blame. One organism is there, it will blame this mind is this organism did this, and another organism will be a watcher, this organism did this. So it will blame continuously. This is the only thing did, this one did, but the thing is the watcher itself a organism, it also do. So you must understand the continuously doing this progress for a long time, at some point you will be tired. You'll be tired of this information you are getting from your own mind. You want to end this process for once. At the time of you're finishing that process, that you are understanding your own mind, then you will be silent. You will be having silent kind of mind. You want to be having peaceful mind. Then all the organisms will be disappearing, will be happening, because once all the organisms is active very much, when you watch, when you think about your own activities, it is much higher and faster activities will happen. Because if you see a one person, if you watch one person, you begin to be very active. If you don't watch that person in front of you, if you don't mind what he's doing, then he don't do anything, just go and sit and eat or something. But if you watch that person, you begin to do some different activities, same, something like same like the mind, the organisms inside your brain begin to watch. If you watch, if it does more than the usual time, when the activity is much higher, when you stop watching anything, then it stop continuously, and it won't be there, it won't be any organism there. Because if you don't watch anything, their existence is not there. The existence because of you watch. If you don't watch, the existence is not there. The organism will not be existed. Mind, the mind will be like a switched off TV, and the TV has no movement in the screen, something like that. It will be happening in your own mind, and there will be something is differently is going to happen, because the conscious in the pineal gland, the everyday movement, every recordings as per your mind records the activities, the food you eat, the everyday you work, everything recorded in the pineal gland. But once you switched off it, once the mind organism is gone, there will be nothing recording in your pineal gland. The everyday will be recorded empty. That's it. Thank you, guys.